dealerships where we've got what it takes.
All right, thank you. 18 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning into The Source, WOCA, this Friday morning. The Florida News Network says they've updating this tropical storm Erica news. The governor has declared, I guess, in advance, a state of emergency. I say I guess because I don't know how you declare a state of emergency when nothing has happened yet, but he must have done that. And what that enables them to do is to put into place the National Guard, the Coast Guard, etc. So that's the news on that. And just looking at the map real quickly, it looks like it's once again bumped a little bit farther to the west. They've dropped the speed of the storm by the time it reaches us to 45 miles per hour, and it has bumped slightly to the west, although it is going to curve again to the east. I guess it'll make kind of a U-turn or a turn, maybe over the Gulf of Mexico by the time we get to Tuesday. But as of right now, we are still in the line of fire of Tropical Storm Erica. It is not expected to be a hurricane when it gets here, although that was the news earlier this morning. So Tropical Storm Erica update is what we have for you right now. And I'll have a more detailed thing at the bottom of the hour. All right, real quickly, we have something fun that I thought you would enjoy. If you've ever been out in the wild areas of this state, you may have seen an American bald eagle. And you may have thought you saw an American bald eagle. What bird is often mistaken for, I'm typing as I read this, for an American bald eagle? And
can I guess?
Yeah.
Osprey.
I think that's right. I think you're right. I couldn't remember the name of the bird because we see them over at Silver Springs all the time, the osprey, and they sort of kind of look like, right?
Yeah, and they nest on power lines. So no matter what road you
right. So I'd say I didn't even need Google. I had you here to do that. But anyway, if you want to see some actual American bald eagles, there are places in this country that are the best places.
Nice.
And this is these are actual national wildlife refuges, not refugees, but refuges. Mm-hmm. And there is one not too far from here. So let me tell you the closest one first. Let me find it. On my list. Oh, it's the Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Refuge. And where is the Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Refuge?
Yes.
Does anybody know?
Tell. Where is that? I have no clue with that one.
All right, it's in Crystal River.
Really?
It is in Crystal River.
I don't
and
remember that
guess
sign.
when is the best time to see an American bald eagle?
Right now?
From October through April.
Oh, nice.
From October through April, many bald eagles winter and nest on the banks of the Chassahowitzka River in Crystal River. In fact, frequently visitors will be greeted by a pair of bald eagles in a tree at the refuge entrance.
What? I never knew that refuge existed.
I know, I never did either. It's not too far of a drive. Visitors can take pontoon boat tours, rent canoes, or bring their own boats and take to the river and get great views of adult and juvenile birds flying over the river, hunting for fish.
Ooh, I'd rent a canoe.
Wouldn't that be a fabulous... I know somebody like Mark, please tell me the wildlife guy's name again, Mark. The local guy.
Yeah,
Emery. Mark Emery. Thank you.
He's
Sorry,
in
Mark.
Alaska now.
He's in Alaska?
Yeah, he's
But but guys like that, they've got the big gigantic lenses. They've got the patience. They know how to do this, and they will get a photograph of an eagle pulling a fish out of the water.
Yeah.
In crystal clarity photography. It's just beautiful and amazing that they can do that.
Amazing.
It's as amazing as the bird itself doing that. But anyway, so maybe you've got those skills, or maybe you'll just be lucky. The Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Refuge is one of your best places to see American bald eagles in the wild, and it's in Crystal River, and it's from October through April. I have a phone number for the refuge if you want it.
Cool.
If you want to find out more, you can probably Google it, but the phone number is 352-563 2088. You can find out about it and go check out the American bald eagle in Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Refuge.
I'd like to see this.
All right, now that's the closest one. Let me see if I can find one closer. I mean, not closer, but the next closest one.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, the next closest one is not that close. Okay. Which is closer,
More than a day trip?
Tennessee or Virginia? I guess
Okay.
Tennessee's closer,
Tennessee,
right?
I would
All right, so Tennessee's the next one. Can you believe that?
It's like a
So we
13-hour
live
drive.
very close to one of the best places, according to the folks who do this kind of study. So the National Wildlife Refuges. All right, so the one in Tennessee is in the Reelfoot National Wildlife Refuge in Union City, Tennessee.
Okay.
They host between 150 and 200 bald eagles from December through mid-January.
Wow.
So that must be a midway point for the ones flying south, huh?
That's in the wintertime then, with the snow and everything.
Yeah, but it's Tennessee, so maybe it's not as cold as. But they come down here for the rest of it, right?
Right, right.
Here's one of the reasons that they take advantage of the thousands of ducks and geese wintering. So the other the other traveling birds become their food supply.
Oh, okay.
While the refuge itself is closed in the winter to give waterfowl a chance to rest, 2 refuge observation decks remain open throughout the year and accommodate a high rate of visitors who are attracted to the yearly eagle influx.
That is cool.
I know. It's nature. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
They have to eat. Nobody's
Sure.
going to bring them a McDonald's, and even if they did, some cow had to die.
Exactly.
So the eagles
Circle of life.
are there, and they eat duck and geese. Mm-hmm. Isn't that something?
Wow.
Isn't that something? All right.
Ducks and geese are pretty big.
You would think, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I would
I'd feel bad for the bird, but.
Yeah, but I would.
All right, here's one in
see how they do
Virginia.
it.
In Virginia, there's the Mason Neck National Wildlife Refuge in Virginia, in the city of Woodbridge, Virginia. 18 miles south of Washington, D.C., on the banks of the Potomac River, lies an 8,000-acre peninsula and the home of the first refuge established specifically for the protection of American bald eagles.
Oh my gosh, isn't that something?
The Great Marsh Trail
Golly.
provides the best overlook on the refuge to see bald eagles in November through March. The eagles are courting,
Oh.
rebuilding their nests, and laying eggs. By June, the little eaglets are fledgling the nests.
Oh.
Fledging the nests by June. The little baby eagles are flying out.
Wow.
Wow. In the state of Maryland, there's the Patuxent Research Refuge in Laurel, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
It's the nation's only refuge established to support wildlife research. It's a 12,750-acre refuge. It supports a wide diversity of wildlife, including, of course, a pair of bald eagles. A pair.
A pair, just one.
They've used the
Oh,
North
my
Track
gosh.
Refuge since 1989. Wow, that same pair of eagles, huh?
Golly.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Wow.
Also in Maryland is the Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge. Eagles are there in droves from the autumn through the summer. They take advantage of the mix of marsh, forested uplands, and some farm fields. The refuge annually winters over 200 bald eagles and supports the largest nesting population of bald eagles north of Florida on the Atlantic coast.
Oh my gosh.
So we've got a pretty good bald eagle population here.
Yeah, huge,
Let me
huge.
see if I can find any from your neck of the woods in Wisconsin. I don't. I see one. Which is closer to you in Wisconsin, Minnesota or Missouri?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. In Zimmerman, Minnesota, there's the Sherburne National Wildlife Refuge. It's a particularly good spot for eagle viewing. It's an extensive network of shallow lakes that freeze and grow short of oxygen in the winter, which means a seasonal fish kill that provides easy feeding in the spring for the eagles.
Isn't that something?
When a group of eagles descend to eat their fill, hundreds of eagles are drawn to the refuge, and while their numbers are especially strong in the spring, some eagles are there almost 11 months of the year.
Gosh. Wow.
In Missouri, in Squaw Creek National Wildlife Refuge in Missouri, the city of Mound City, visitors can attend Bald Eagle Days at the refuge from December 1st and 2nd. And they will feature live eagle shows and guided tours of the refuge's 200 to 300 bald eagles.
Oh gosh.
There are 2 hiking trails there, 100,000 ducks, 250 bald eagles, and 300,000 snow geese.
Wow.
Wow.
Huge, huge numbers.
If you go down to Nebraska, the North Platte National Wildlife Refuge in Scottsbluff has bald eagles nesting on the refuge each year since 1992. In 1992, the nest was the second successful Nebraska nest in over 100 years. The refuge was created as a sanctuary for migrating birds. In December, the refuge is open to the public for bald eagle viewing days.
gosh, isn't that
Pretty
something?
exciting. All right, let me go back to the one in Crystal River because I want to end on that one. There are others as well, by the way. There are 13 others total.
Yeah, but this one's right in our own backyard.
This is in our
It's
own
not that
backyard. So
far.
again, it's the Chassahowitzka National Wildlife Refuge in Crystal River. And between October and April, that's when your best bet is to see the American bald eagles there. That's where they
Nice.
winter. That's where they nest on the banks of the Chassahowitzka River. And there's a pair of bald eagles apparently that is commonly seen at the entrance of the park. So right away you get the thrill of seeing two bald eagles, not two ospreys.
Ospreys.
Nothing wrong with the ospreys, but they're not
No,
eagles.
that's right.
Visitors can take pontoon boat rides, rent canoes. I already mentioned this. But anyway, the birds will be flying over the river hunting for fish. Take out the canoe, get your camera, get out the big long lens, and
Yeah.
post your
homestead
pictures
it.
on Facebook so we can see it. Yeah.
Or somewhere else. Send it to National Geographic.
We did it. We did a video one time, and we wanted to get a bird taken off out of the water. I think it
Yeah.
was the blue heron. Remember?
Yes, yes.
And we went to Homosassa Springs,
Yep.
and we just stood there with the camera, just rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. And
Exactly.
finally, a blue heron took off. We captured it on video. We used about 3 seconds of it, I think.
Yeah.
After having rolled the camera probably a half hour or more.
I know, you have to wait.
All right, we'll take a little break. Fun with Joe in just a little while, and we will be giving away a family pass to the rodeo, which is
Yay.
next Friday.
Yep.
The Shrine Club Rodeo that you heard about this morning. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. As rain from Tropical Storm Erica continues to pelt parts of the Caribbean, Florida Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency.
If it comes out of Hispaniola intact, we would probably be looking at a stronger tropical storm aiming at some part of the state of Florida early next week.
Dennis Falcon with the National Hurricane Center. Virginia teenager Ali Amin has been sentenced to 136 months in prison for supporting ISIS. Amin had pleaded guilty to conspiring to provide material support to the group. A standoff continues in Rowan County, Kentucky over gay marriage.
County Clerk Kim Davis's office is still refusing to issue marriage licenses to any couple, gay or straight, despite a ruling from a federal judge and a decision by the 6th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals denying her appeal. She's being sued by the ACLU on behalf of 4 couples.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Yeah, let me guess what you want. You want a truck where safety is first and foremost. One built with a high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body that's up to 700 pounds lighter. That handles better than ever. That stops quicker when it has to. And has the government's highest overall safety rating, 5 stars. On all 4 sides, for every cab configuration. Oh, you want the most towing and the most payload too, right? That about cover it? That's all you want? Everything? Okay, you want the long bed or the short bed? This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Towing when properly equipped with available 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 4x2. Payload when properly equipped with available 5.0-liter V8 4x2. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR. EPA estimated fuel economy rating of 19 city, 26 highway, 22 combined MPG, 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 4x2. Actual mileage will vary. Government 5-star safety ratings are part of the U.S. Department of Transportation's new car assessment program, safercar.gov.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center Outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center Outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
All right, 28 minutes before 12 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. We have been keeping an eye on the forecasts from the National Weather Service regarding Tropical Storm Erica, because right now, if you look at the map on the Weather Channel, you'll see that we are in ground zero. We are being targeted by this storm, and the good news is it has the forecast has they've calmed it down a little bit. Just yesterday they were saying we would have 85-mile-per-hour winds on Tuesday. Now they're saying on Tuesday it's going to be more like 45-mile-per-hour winds. But the one thing that I guess is the real message of this is that in order to really survive any of these things, and this might not be the one, but there might be another one coming. We're not out of the hurricane season yet, but it's to be prepared, right? And what do you need to be prepared? Well, gosh, anything from so many things, and some of those things you might need to get. And who came to mind when I was thinking about generators was Jerry's Pawn and Gun.
Yes.
So Ruben is on the phone right now. We're going to find out if they have any generators, and of course some of the other wonderful things over at Jerry's. Hey, Ruben, long time no hear. How you doing?
I'm back. It's good to hear you guys' voice. We've been really busy and tied up and had a chance to chat with you, but we're going to make up for that today.
Oh, good. So first question, do you have any generators?
I do have some generators. I have some excellent generators. I have some Honda generators, a couple Power Max generators, great, reasonably priced. They run well. Hurricane season is coming. Don't be left in the dark. Come to Jerry's Pawn and Gun, and we'll shed some light on the subject, literally.
Oh, I love the choice of words there. Very good, very good. And the Honda has a reputation for being very quiet, correct?
Yes, they're very quiet. We have a couple of the big industrial models that aren't as quiet. They'll use more like constructions or running your whole household. But we do have some quiet versions. I could tell you about them all day, but the best thing to do is come on down to Jerry's Pawn and Gun, take a look at them. Yeah. I've also got some candles. We've got some Coleman stoves. I mean, you never know. You could be without power for a few days. I'm just saying.
Right.
You can come by, have a hot meal, whatever. We can set you up. We've got a tent. If your roof gets blown off, come on by. We can take care of that too at Jerry's Pawn and Gun.
Oh, you have a tent. Wow, how big is the tent?
We have actually a couple tents. One's like a 16 by 20, and one's like a 4 by 12 family-sized tent. And we also have some of those little nice awnings. We have a lot of things here. Raincoats. Come by and get them. We've got a lot of them. You're going to need them.
I should get a tent. I'm going to go camping again. I haven't gone camping in so many years.
There you go.
And you have camping stoves, you said?
Yes, we have camping stoves. We have the little bottles of tiny propane that run them. We have lamps, flashlights. You're going to need those. Come on by and get them. We have some first aid stuff. You just come by Jerry's Pawn and Gun and check us out, guys. We have a lot of things here, not just for hurricane season. We have things for everybody. We also are looking for merchandise. You know, if you've got some used rifles, shotguns, pistols, Winchesters, Colts, German stuff, new or used, if it's in good shape, decent shape, good clean items, tools, bring it by Jerry's Pawn and Gun. We're here to help you. We'll do our best to take care of you. 50 years in the business here serving Ocala, North Central Florida.
That's right.
Do you have those waterproof boots? Because when there's a big storm and everything, you got to keep your feet dry.
Not only do we have the waterproof, but here in Florida, of course, you know, a lot of our areas are wooded and there's snakes around. We have the waterproof, snake-proof boots. You heard it. Can't beat it. Come by, check it out. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I want. Some waterproof snake. I definitely don't want to be bit by a snake.
No.
And of course, you forgot the musical instruments.
Oh, well, I don't even know where to begin. We have harmonicas, tambourines, cymbals. We even have thimbles, too, to make a rhyme out of that. We have guitars, electrical,
cymbals and thimbles.
We have all kinds of instruments here at Jerry's Pawn and Gun, whether you're in a band and serious about your music, or you're just starting out and maybe starting to compose your own music, or just want to play your loved one a nice little note or hymn
love song,
on the porch.
Yeah.
Yes, come by Jerry's Pawn and Gun.
Do you know, Robert and I sometimes practice our music at Silver Springs, and last week we were practicing there, and one of the lady captains from the Glass Bottom Boats came out to meet us, because she always hears us. She hears us as she's riding the boat, so she came out to say hello, and she was really sweet. And she plays. She's a musician also, and she plays the guitar, and she plays something else, and then she plays the washboard. I thought the washboard was a cool musical instrument.
I think it's a flute she plays.
Yeah, flute, guitar, and a washboard. And she uses thimbles on her fingers to play the washboard.
See, exactly, and we have those. Come by. You know, we even have a washboard here in the store. We can get old school on it real quick.
Wow.
Really?
But you know, speaking of playing, I'm still going to remind you, you're supposed to come by the store here and do a little playing for us. And so people out there, when you call Larry, tell him he owes us a concert at Jerry's Pawn and Gun. Just say it.
All right, Ruben, it's good to hear from you again. We will be by. We need to get some stuff, not just for the storm, but also we've got some birthdays coming up.
Gift items.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Especially jewelry
guys,
for the ladies.
We have jewelry. Guys here, Captain Chris is here, our Randall dealer's here. If you want some information about a Randall, if we don't have it, he can get it for you. Guy is always doing his thing, making just one-of-a-kind, world-class pieces. I mean, one day the guy's going to be in the Smithsonian. I'm just saying. He's awesome. We have our SWAT boots. There's so much here, tools, anything you can think of. Hummels, if you're looking for the little porcelain collectibles, they're half off. You hear that nowhere in the world. They're one-of-a-kind pieces. Come by here and see us. I also have some saddles, too. If you're into that, I need to move them. I'll cut you a smoking deal on them. Come by today.
All right. By the way, you know what local resident is in the Smithsonian? It's Don Garlitz. He's actually
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Yeah. All right, Ruben, what is your phone number? Well, not yours, but Jerry's. What's Jerry's Pawn and Gun phone number and website and what is the other one? Oh, address.
Yes.
All right. Our phone number here at Jerry's Pawn and Gun is 352-622-3780. We are located at 404 Northwest 8th Street here in Ocala. And our website is www.jerrysonline.com.
That's great. Ruben, thank you. Good to hear from you again. We'll be by probably during this weekend, if not the beginning of next week. Or maybe after the hurricane. Who knows?
Looking forward to it, and it won't be so long before we chat again. I promise. Come on down and see us. You guys are awesome. We couldn't do it without you here at Jerry's Pawn and Gun. Looking forward to seeing you, and you guys have a great weekend. Everybody be safe out.
Thank you, Ruben. You too. Say hi to everybody at Jerry's for us, would you?
Hi, brother. You do the same. And also, before we get off there, you come in the store and you tell us you heard us on the radio today, and we'll take care of you.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Special deal. Thank you, Ruben. We'll be right back.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of